I'm Brad Sugars, Chairman and Founder of ActionCOACH, and my job here is the Business Coach. Obviously another session on business coaching and how to help you grow your business, and in doing so really look at what creates success. Today's about the 6 levels that we use at Action International to help grow any and every business that we work with. And really what today's all about is about how to get yourself as a business owner to grow to the business to a point where you don't have to be there anymore. It's one of those great things about companies that often, well, not often, in most cases, eludes the business owner. How do you get yourself to a point where the business runs without you there? It's often such a mysterious topic that so many business owners think it's not possible, it can't possibly happen, how does it work? No, that's not the way. Well, I'm here to tell you and show you today really how we do that, because we've done it with hundreds and thousands of clients around the world, and as you know, at Action, we coach literally tens of thousands of business owners at any point in time. And because we have 1,000 offices in 23 countries across the world doing this, the strategies that I first came across and I built and have now taught to all of my coaches around the world that I'm going to share with you here today about how to grow your business are some of the things that we step people through over our programs, and it could be at our Profit Club, which starts at just under $1,000 a year, from peer-to-peer coaching right through to our one-to-one coaching. But really the goal today is to show you that path that you can follow to get yourself to a point where the business runs and the business works so you don't have to. Let me preface that. You see, the majority of business owners that I come across don't really understand what business is. Let's take a look at my definition for a business first and foremost. I define business differently to most people. The first part of my definition is a commercial enterprise, a commercial profitable enterprise. Once people understand that, and see, I do an activity with people a lot where I ask them to think about if they own their own business or not. The majority of people say yes, but then I ask you to do a simple activity, and that is this. What if instead tomorrow morning you woke up at say 10 a.m, rang someone at your business and said, you know what, I'm not coming in for 12 months, I'll see you when I get back. How would the business survive over that 12 months? What would happen to it? If, you know, to most people, they don't have a business. They have a job where they are their own boss. And there's a distinct difference between the two. My definition again, a commercial profitable enterprise, the next stage, that works. See, the reason why most business owners work so hard is their business does not work. They do. It's all in their head, it's in their mindset, it's their way of doing things, and their employees and the business itself doesn't actually work. The owner does the work, and that's how it happens. We then go to the next phase, a commercial profitable enterprise that works without me, or without you in your case. Ultimately, for it to be a business, we need to perceive it as something that runs efficiently, effectively, productively, whether we go in or not as the owner. You see, all of the shareholders of every major corporation in the world don't go into their office of that company every day. The people that own the business aren't there, the people that run the business are there, and the owners are somewhere else. And the challenge with small to medium-sized companies is that we don't have external shareholders. We don't have, see, you know, I think the simplest way I can put it is that the majority of people, when they start their own company, they think, you know what, I'm smarter than my boss, I can do things better than my boss, and ultimately they think they're working for someone that really, they think they're working for an idiot. Then they go to work for themselves and realise, yes, it's true, now I work for a moron. You know, how did I get into this trap? How did I get trapped into this thing that I thought was going to give me more lifestyle, more money, better ways of living? Ultimately, they're trapped. Some people are making more money in their own business, but they're working 40, 60, 80-hour weeks, 100-hour weeks, 7 days a week. They're working crazy hours for the money they're making and the risks that they've taken. So today is really all about that. Keep back to that definition though, because the ultimate aim is to build that commercial profitable enterprise that works without you. And that's what life in businesses should really be about. How do we get there? Well, let's follow through the 6 steps. Remember that point on the bottom though. As the owner, your job is to ultimately just be working on the business, not in the business. So that's why most hairdressers that start a hairdressing salon, or most accountants that start an accountancy practice, or most electricians that start a contracting business, That's why most of them fail in business, because they're so busy doing the work of the business that no one's actually running the business. Keep that one point in mind as we go through the rest of what we're going to walk through today. Here are the 6 steps. Let me put them up on the screen for you. Stage 1 is mastery, or mastery, depending upon where in the world you are, you'll pronounce it a different way. What we're aiming to do there is really get the business under control. I'll define it for you this way. The mastery, then the niche, then we move up to the leverage, the team building, the synergy, and the results. Those are the steps that should throw off more time and more money for you. How we walk through those steps? Well, let's relate it back to my definition of a business so that you can truly understand where I get this from. Bottom level, that mastery level. Mastery is really the first stage in growth. How that defines with the definition is that's when we want a commercial enterprise. We want something that delivers a product or service consistently in a productive and effective manner at a base level. Now, most of the companies we go into have not even achieved this level of growth. Here's what I mean by that. If you look at their time and their productivity, it's not really done well. If you look at their delivery of their product or service, it's not done consistently. If you look at their management of their business, how they manage the money segment of their business, it's not done well. They don't know their numbers well enough, their indicators, their profitability. A lot of these things are the real basic fundamentals that we need to start with most business owners. Now, a lot of business owners have this very correct, and it's really great to see. The challenge is that when they've got some parts of it correct, it covers up other areas which really we do need to address, but you can get away without addressing them because they've got some parts working but not other parts. And that's where it's really important to get that whole foundation correct. It's kind of like, the old building a house analogy. You got to get the foundations correct before you start building on top of that. If we're going to build a skyscraper in your business, so we use that analogy, we really need this level to be fundamentally correct before we step through to that next phase of growth.